Sag, how's everybody doing? Before we get into it, let's set the intention for this to be a space where everyone allows themselves to feel seen and validated, and ultimately for this to be a safe space and a healing space in alignment with everyone's highest good. Somebody else started with this card today. I've done too many readings, I don't remember who it was, but we're starting off with the Emperor. Yeah, I really can't remember. Let's try to narrow it down. Today we did, it could be Aquarius, it could be Capricorn, it could be Pisces. I don't think it was the Scorpio reading. But yeah, one of those. So we are starting off with the Emperor. The Emperor is about putting in time and effort to something, being really consistent with your energy. It can mean mastering something, giving something your all, putting in your full effort, your full focus, your full dedication into something. Dedicating time, dedicating energy, focusing on your craft, the things that are important to you, practicing restraint. This is like when, with the Emperor, that is Aries energy, and the Emperor is about like composing and controlling that Aries energy, because Aries energy like wants to break through walls, it wants to break things down, it wants to take action, and this is about being composed while doing it. It's about thinking and focusing thinking about and focusing your energy where you want to be directing it. So rather than it being like an uncontrolled Mars energy, this is a practiced, mastered, controlled Mars energy. It's a very, very powerful force. This is the force of the divine masculine, which all of us have within us. I'm also hearing something about practicing what you preach. It's about like very much being in alignment with like what you believe and what you want to happen, especially intuitively as well. Like doing what feels right to you, being in alignment like with actions and what you're saying as well. There may be somebody around you that sees what you're doing. It seems like your energy kind of speaks for itself, and there may be somebody else around you coming through that may feel a type of way towards you, maybe because of what you've like developed for yourself or worked for yourself. It just seems like somebody that's kind of living in the opposite light as you are, Sag. And they may have something to say. Maybe more covert even. I'm looking at the Seven of Swords here. This can always be an aspect of you that, like, you know what you want to work towards and you want to build towards, but you may not be doing that for some reason. Let's get further. Maybe this is about, like, not allowing people to tear you down or, like, not giving it weight when people try to. It feels like being okay with where you are and what you're doing and, like, validating yourself rather than seeking the approval, because the Emperor doesn't need anyone's validation. The Emperor is going to do what the Emperor wants to do. It doesn't matter if other people approve or not. And there's a sense of, like, maybe even acceptance of like you achieving a certain status, and then people that you understand are like looking up to you in a way but may have something to say that's not supportive. There's a sense of kind of even getting used to this type of energy, knowing too that you're protected on your path as well, as long as you continue following your heart. I mean, you're protected regardless. But yeah, it just seems like some type of off-putting energy around you. For some of you, you may have a lot of attention on you as well, and so, like, of course, it's going to bring a strong reaction from certain people. It can be, like, from any end of the spectrum. Because when you're doing something and you're living in your light, there's a sense of, like, people reacting strongly to that, whether they like it or they don't like it, you know? And it seems like they're just, like, maybe some sort of focus on like some type of negativity that's brought to you, but again, I'm seeing you not so much. I'm seeing you kind of be used to this. I'm hearing anyways. Yeah, it looks like somebody tried to communicate with you or, like, tried to reach you. I'm hearing at you. Something like that. You know, I feel too, Sag, that this is coming up because I don't like getting into the readings where it's like, yeah, all these people are being so negative, or like everyone's out to get you, you know what I mean? It feels like this is coming up because, like, this may have been something that you struggled with in the past, like harsh criticism or people not agreeing with you, or like hearing the things that people had to say, like snide remarks, things like that. Like, I'm seeing this being brought up now because it seems like you've made progress with, like, learning how to manage and deal with this type of energy, for sure. Because I mean, obviously, like, all of us are affected by other people to some degree, but it seems like something that you've made efforts to work with. And this means too that when we face the shadow within ourselves, it allows us, like, more compassion for other people and the things that they're going through too. And so you don't take, like, the negative comments to heart as much as well, because you're understanding where somebody is coming from. That doesn't mean you have to agree with them, but there's a sense of compassion, and, like, rather than feeling like you need to, like, puff up about it and feel like you're being attacked and all of that stuff, there's a sense of, like, being able to look at someone with love rather than feeling like you're going into fight mode with them, you know? Even if it's just something mentally going on. I'm hearing times have changed. It looks like a clock is winding down here. It seems like someone's trying to reach out to you, but you may not be. I'm hearing taking calls. It's like maybe you're kind of cutting yourself off from, like, people being able to reach you even. You could be working on something too that doesn't really allow you to, or maybe you don't want to be connecting with people as often. Like something privately that you're doing. I'm also hearing privately owned. And here's the Ace of Pentacles that I was seeing before in the pre-shuffle. Yeah, it looks like you're taking on something new. This can be like a new role, a new job, new responsibilities that you have. It seems like something that's building further upon what you've already built. Like some sort of extension. You may also be doing something differently than you had been before. I'm kind of picking that up as well. I'm being really drawn to, like, cherry colored things. Maybe something with your physical appearance is changing. Thinking about, like, the root chakra. And starting off with the Emperor. The Emperor is all red too. Heavy Mars energy. Yeah, it looks like the energies around you that may be, like, not as supportive, or may just be, like, within a darker frequency, meaning like a less conscious light. It seems like the way that you characterize this and the way that you analyze this and your perception of these energies, it's changed. It looks like a maturation some type of development for you. It seems like even a new chapter that you're starting where you're perceiving these energies differently. I'm seeing this be really important because you could have been like so very much affected by like other energies and the things that other people are saying or bringing to the table, or maybe trying to accommodate everybody. And this is about you getting comfortable doing your own thing and being confident in that and knowing that you're good at what you do as well. Knowing too that not everybody's going to agree with you. And mainly that you're doing it for yourself too, not for other people. Yeah, I feel like you've developed to a certain place, obtained a certain amount of knowledge, and so it seems like, again, things that may have bothered you before are not bothering you anymore. It seems almost like dramatic types of things, or like people trying to bring stuff to you that are small things, but things that people make a big deal about. I'm just seeing such an unfazed energy. It looks too like there's been a sense of you getting in touch with the High Priestess. The High Priestess, like, it can be somebody outside of you. This can be like a tarot reader, somebody that's some type of like spiritual advisor or guide for you, but this can always be that aspect of you that's like that place of higher knowing, of higher knowledge, like collecting information that is less known information, access to an uncommon type of wisdom. For some of you, you're like getting direct messages from the High Priestess. Again, whether this be like someone outside of yourself that you're connecting with, or this is like getting direct messages from your higher self. Like, for example, you could be doing tarot readings for yourself, or getting connected with somebody that does, or like any type of energy work, healing work, psychic stuff. It feels too like the more you're getting in touch with yourself, the less weight you're giving to the things that are going on outside of you. You know, within reason. It feels too like intuitively you're being pulled in a very specific direction, and you know this in your heart. I'm hearing also in your third eye. There's a sense of, and now I'm hearing your crown, there's a sense of knowing that you are going where you're meant to be going. There could be, again, something that you're just beginning, something that you're just starting. This could have been a big decision to do, to approach, to address, to pursue. There's a sense of feeling very intuitively connected with this. It seems too like you're getting better at translating messages that you're getting to, and this can be like understanding better how your guides communicate with you, so things are becoming more clear. This reading feels very magical. It feels so different than the last Sag reading that we did. I feel like that one was very caught up in like interpersonal things, and this one feels so very different. You may get a feeling that somebody's going to be reaching out to you. $14 on the time. This can also be somebody that you want to reach out to. It looks like you would have a really intense like psychic or energetic bond with this person, some type of connection. I don't know if you guys have talked before, but it seems like something really energetically heavy going on between the two of you. So it's like you may be wanting to send someone a message, feeling intuitively guided to do that. This can always be reversed. Could be somebody that you're manifesting reaching out to or connecting with. For some of you, there may be like travel involved with the Wheel of Fortune here, or this person could be at a distance from you. You may not know where they live, actually, for some of you. This is weird. Who are you guys connecting with? There's a sense of having to wait for the right timing, too, with the Wheel of Fortune. I'm seeing like double Sag energy here with Jupiter above you. And I'm seeing you be connected to Virgo as well. So as you're deciphering the intuitive messages that you're getting, you may be trying to figure out what exactly you're being guided to manifest, or maybe certain aspects of what it is that you're being guided to manifest, like where your energy is pulling you to be patient with yourself through that process, to kind of like ride the wave too of receiving messages. I am definitely seeing like the hub, the center of this spread is based around like esotericism. So it looks like there's something you're doing where you're like creating some type of higher connection, like you're maintaining that with someone, or something's going on. You could be having conversations with someone, like some type of guide even, or somebody that's connected on a higher frequency, or it's you getting connected with that aspect of yourself. But like there's definitely something like really, really vibrant energetically that's going on. I'm seeing a bunch of different blues and purples here. Okay, what it looks like to me is that it looks like there are certain ways you're being guided, and then other ways you're specifically not being guided to go in. And the more you're reflecting on this, the more it's going to save you from any situation that's going to put you in a place where you're feeling disappointed. So this is about truly, truly listening to the messages that you're getting and making decisions based off of like your higher knowing and your intuition, and manifesting accordingly. Because if we ignore that aspect of like that wisdom that we get, and we try to manifest something anyway, it always lands in a place of like things not working out, or things not being right, or you feeling disappointed because like something that you wanted or expectations that you had are not fulfilled. However, when we're manifesting in alignment, there's always a sense of like being in flow and harmony with the universe and how everything is moving and going. There's a sense of like living in like a broader spectrum of acceptance too. So I'm looking at Aries, Pluto, the Moon, Mercury, Jupiter, Sagittarius, and Virgo. We have like a whole party going on here. I'm hearing cherry flavored. I'm pretty sure that is a song. I think by The Neighborhood. I have no idea what the lyrics are, but this is coming through. It looks like you want to break out, you want to shine, but something is holding you back. Maybe feeling like weird about something that's part of you or intrinsic to you. It looks like you're working on this. It feels like this is about like authenticity and who you are and how you want to express yourself, and like the fears or self-consciousness that keeps you wrapped up in a way where it holds you back from like being who you are or expressing yourself how you want to. This is always something to work on too. So know too that this is something that like we all go through. It's not just you, Sag, and we all have Sag somewhere in our charts, but it's about like finding yourself and learning how you want to express yourself, learning more about like what you perceive your identity to be. For some of you, there could be like ego work that you're doing as well. Maybe there's also something being addressed regarding your core identity. This is reminding me of Becoming Nobody by Ram Dass. Sometimes when we get super caught up in like our identity, because identity is part of the ego is not always unhealthy. It's like there for a reason, and so understanding the purpose of like why those things are there can be helpful in us learning like where it becomes unhealthy and where the right balance is for that, because we do like live in a 3D society, and so like our identities are important in relation to that society, but there's also stuff going on behind that, and that's something to keep in mind as well. So if you are struggling with things when it comes to like your identity, I would definitely suggest watching or listening to Becoming Nobody by Ram Dass. It's really good. It talks about how we can get stuck in these places where like our identity becomes like these expectations that have been put upon us. Like these can be role expectations, societal expectations, expectations we put on ourselves about roles and all of that. It's about like being able to get behind it and understand like how that is also part of a projection and part of the ego space as well, and that we can be like more fluid and we can be more us when we don't pigeonhole ourselves within identities that we have. There may be an instance where somebody's kind of like crossing a line with you, but for some reason it seems like you feel uncomfortable, or you're somehow unable to say something to them. Like maybe it's a situational thing, or like, yeah, for some reason there's a sense of like not saying something when you may want to say something or express something. Yeah, it looks like some type of conversation that you may be holding yourself back from having with someone. As I said before, I'm seeing this so very clearly. It's like the sun here is about like expression and what you want to say. I'm seeing it very, very much be related to expression here, and like something that you feel like constricts you and doesn't allow you to like expose or express yourself in the way that you want to. Maybe there's even too some type of front, like maybe you feel like because you have to be a type of way about something that you can't like freely speak or express yourself in a way that you want to. It's like something is causing some sort of hesitation. This can be about feelings that you have. Feelings, some type of emotional experience that you want to express, or how you feel about something or someone, but you don't want it to come across the wrong way. Yeah, there's a sense of like, you may emotionally feel a type of way towards somebody, but you may shy away from speaking to them about this because you don't want them to take you the wrong way. Like, I'm seeing there be maybe a loss for words. It seems like a fear about being perceived in a way that you may not want to come across with this person. I wonder what's behind that, though. Like, why would you assume that this person would take you the wrong way, or like perceive you in a way you don't want to be perceived? maybe you just want to ground your energy if you're going to say something. Because I'm seeing like a really excited energy, but it's something related to the emotions. Yeah, I'm seeing somebody being approached in a way that like it could have had the effect of like someone turning their back on another person. It seems like somebody came with like a lot of chaos or like too much going on, and somebody could not like, or maybe was not willing to emotionally withstand that. Like I'm seeing two parties here, and one person I'm seeing be like within the Queen of Cups energy. So the Queen of Cups is like, I can feel everything, I can feel what I'm feeling, I can feel what you're feeling, and so the Queen of Cups has to be like guarded in a certain way, needs to have boundaries. And it seems like there may have been somebody that came through and tried to connect with the Queen of Cups, but rather than doing it in an emotionally grounded way, it seems like a really excitable, ungrounded type of energy. And this could have been somebody like hitting on you physically or something like that. It's in some type of, or you just felt like it was emotionally immature, something like that. This person could have also brought like some type of like drama, or just like this, it just seems like way too much energy. Because if we see the Knight of Wands by itself, it's already kind of ungrounded energy. Like it's fun, but it can be immature, it's inconsistent, it's someone that like kind of still hasn't found their bearings yet a bit. And to have like this sort of chaos like coming from behind it, it seems like something was like too rushed or too intense even. And I'm also seeing some type of ending, and I'm seeing the Two of Cups here. So it's like, I'm seeing just these look like very incompatible energies, but this can mean like behavior wise that it was like one person was being addressed or approached in a way that like they were not down with that, or they didn't like the way that someone came across. It's like the Knight of Wands is not going to be, out of all of the cards that are like not going to appeal to one another, the Knight of Wands is not going to appeal to the Queen of Cups. The Queen of Cups is somebody that like wants someone to wear their heart on their sleeve, and someone that's very, very intuitive, and someone that's going to read someone if they're like immature, not in the right place. Like the Queen of Cups is a very psychic energy too. So it's somebody that knows what's what and also knows how to set boundaries emotionally. So I'm seeing that like what could have happened is that like the Queen of Cups energy, which anyone looking in on the Queen of Cups would be like, okay, this is like a really like maternal, nurturing type of energy. It's someone very intuitive. It's somebody very loving and very willing and able to express that. Like I'm seeing that be part of this person's identity. And then the Queen of Cups not appreciating the way that she was being, I'm hearing taken over, like I'm just seeing an overpowering type of energy. And so the Queen of Cups had to morph into the energy of the Queen of Swords, which is interesting because the way that they face, they're like back to back, and I was seeing it kind of start off like this, and then she has to turn around and be the Queen of Swords. And the Queen of Swords is someone that's going to be like, you know what, this can't happen, or I'm not okay with this, or I don't like that. It's somebody very blunt, very direct, and it seems like this transition needed to happen because some sort of like nonsense or drama or like something extra was going on. And then I'm seeing like a big ending happen. So even if these two people could have had a connection, it seemed like because of the way that like one person was behaving or acting or approaching another person, that's why this didn't work out. It seems like a lot of ungrounded energy to me, and like too quick. Like this may have been like spilling too much, like saying too much at like an inappropriate time. So rather than like having like a less stressful, kind of more casual conversation. Like somebody could have approached another person and just like word vomited all over them. And like it just seems like inappropriate for this situation. I'm hearing too fast, too furious. I am seeing like both of the little knights here look like they're the ones that are approaching. So it seems like somebody, like the person that was approaching the Queen of Cups, it would have been like a very passionate and energetic and like a younger type of energy, and it would have been someone that like tries to be eloquent and direct with their words, but I'm seeing it kind of be too much. Again, too fast, too furious. So this is what I'm looking at here. The Sun is the only major arcana here. Interesting message, Sag. All right, my friends, we're going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everybody for tuning in. Thank you for joining. I'm wishing everybody love and light and healing, and I hope to catch you guys next time.